everyone, and welcome back to English Podcast Loop. You're listening to Season 1, Speak Easy English, and this is Episode 4. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's incredibly important for personal growth, mental well-being, and even language learning, focusing only on yourself.
Hi there. We're so glad you're with us. In a world full of distractions, comparisons, and external pressures, learning to shift your focus inward can be truly transformative. It's not about being selfish. It's about self-preservation, self-improvement, and finding your own unique path.
That's right. We'll explore what it truly means to focus on yourself, why it's so challenging in today's society, and practical steps you can take to cultivate this powerful mindset. And as always, if you want to read along, the full script is available on our Telegram channel. You'll find the link in the description below.
Let's dive in. Jake, when we talk about focusing only on yourself, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? What does it not mean, perhaps?
That's a great starting point, Emily. Often, people misunderstand this concept. It doesn't mean ignoring others, becoming arrogant, or isolating yourself. It's not about being selfish in a negative sense. Instead, it's about directing your primary energy and attention to your own well-being, your own growth, your own goals, and your own happiness, independent of external validation or comparison. It's recognizing that you are the only constant in your life, and nurturing that constant is crucial for everything else to fall into place. It's about building a strong inner core.
I completely agree. It's about self-awareness, isn't it? Understanding your own needs, desires, strengths, and weaknesses, rather than constantly looking outwards for cues on how to feel or what to do. In our modern, hyper-connected world, with social media constantly showing us curated versions of other people's lives, this can feel almost impossible. We're bombarded with images of success, happiness, and perfection. And it's so easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others.
Exactly. Comparison is truly the thief of joy. When you constantly measure your worth or progress against someone else's, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. There will always be someone who seems to have more, do better, or achieve faster. But their journey is not your journey. Their timeline is not your timeline. Their resources, challenges, and starting points are completely different. Focusing on yourself means acknowledging your own unique path and celebrating your own small victories, rather than getting disheartened by someone else's highlight reel. It's about running your own race at your own pace.
And this applies directly to language learning too, doesn't it? We often see other learners who seem to pick up a language faster, speak more fluently, or have a perfect accent. It's easy to feel discouraged. But focusing on yourself in this context means understanding your own learning style, your own pace, your own motivators. Maybe you learn better through listening to podcasts like ours, while someone else thrives in a traditional classroom. Maybe your goal is conversational fluency for travel, while another person aims for academic mastery. Both are valid. Your progress is your progress, and it's valuable.
That's a fantastic point, Emily. In language learning, self-focus is about setting realistic, personal goals. It's about recognizing your strengths. Perhaps your pronunciation is great, even if your grammar needs work, and celebrating those. It's about identifying your weaknesses and designing a study plan that addresses them. not the weaknesses of a hypothetical perfect learner. When you focus on yourself, you stop worrying about how you sound compared to a native speaker and start celebrating how much you're able to communicate, how many new words you've learned, or how much more confident you feel. This self-compassion fuels motivation, which is crucial for long-term progress.
Absolutely. So, how do we begin to cultivate this mindset? It sounds great in theory, but putting it into practice can be challenging. What are some first steps, Jake?
One of the most powerful first steps is to limit your exposure to external noise, especially social media. Consider taking a social media detox for a day, a week, or even just a few hours each day. Notice how much time you spend scrolling and comparing. Use that time instead for introspection, for pursuing a hobby, for reading, or simply for quiet reflection. The less you're exposed to curated perfection, the less likely you are to compare your reality to someone else's edited version.
I agree. That's huge. Another crucial aspect is defining your own values and goals. If you don't know what truly matters to you, you'll constantly be influenced by what seems to matter to others. Take some time to reflect. What brings you joy? What do you want to achieve, independently of what society or your family expects? What kind of person do you want to be when your actions align with your deepest values? You find a sense of purpose and fulfillment that isn't dependent on external approval. This clarity helps you say no to things that don't serve your own path, and yes to what truly resonates with you.
Building on that, practice self-compassion and self-acceptance. We often treat ourselves more harshly than we would treat our best friend. When you make a mistake or don't meet an expectation, instead of harsh self-criticism, try offering yourself kindness and understanding. Recognize that everyone makes mistakes and that growth is a process, not a single event. Self-acceptance means embracing all parts of yourself, your strengths and your perceived flaws, because they make you unique. When you accept yourself, you stop seeking external validation to fill an inner void.
That's a powerful shift, and it ties into managing your expectations of others. When we focus too much on what others think, say, or do, we often set ourselves up for disappointment because we can't control them. Focusing on yourself means recognizing that you can only control your own actions, your own reactions, and your own efforts. When you release the need for others to behave in a certain way for your happiness, you free up immense mental and emotional energy. You learn to respond to situations rather than reacting impulsively based on someone else's behavior.
Let's talk about the idea of staying silent. This doesn't mean literally never speaking. It refers to a kind of inner silence or quietude. It's about not feeling the need to constantly explain yourself, justify your choices, or engage in every argument. It's about listening more than you speak, especially to your own inner voice. When you quiet the external noise and the internal chatter of comparison and judgment, you can hear your intuition, your true desires, and your own wisdom. This is where clarity emerges.
Exactly. Think of it as meditation for your mind, even if you're not sitting cross-legged. It's about creating space to process your thoughts and emotions without immediate external input. In language learning, This could mean less time worrying about how you sound to others and more time simply immersing yourself, listening, and absorbing without judgment. It's about accepting the awkwardness and the mistakes as part of your own unique learning journey without needing to apologize for it or prove yourself to anyone.
Another practical step is to identify your personal energy drains and energy sources. When you focus on yourself, you become more attuned to what depletes your energy and what recharges it. Are certain people, activities, or environments draining you? Are you spending too much time on things that don't align with your values? Conversely, what activities, people, or places truly energize you? Prioritize those energy sources. This could be reading a book, spending time in nature, exercising, learning a new skill, or simply enjoying quiet time alone. Protecting your energy is a profound act of self-focus.
And let's not forget the importance of setting healthy boundaries. This is a critical component of focusing on yourself. Boundaries are not about keeping others out. They're about protecting your own space, time, and emotional well-being. This might mean saying no to requests that don't serve you, limiting interaction with toxic individuals, or creating designated me time that is non-negotiable. When you set clear boundaries, you communicate your value to yourself and to others, which fosters respect and reduces resentment. It helps you carve out the mental and emotional space you need to truly focus inward.
Absolutely, Emily. Boundaries are essential, and alongside that, practicing mindfulness in your daily life can dramatically enhance your ability to focus on yourself. Mindfulness is simply paying attention to the present moment without judgment. When you're eating, notice the flavors, textures, and smells. When you're walking, feel your feet on the ground and notice the sounds around you. When you're studying English, fully engage with the material, rather than letting your mind wander to past mistakes or future worries. This constant practice of bringing your attention back to the present helps to quiet the external noise and centers you within yourself.
And it builds resilience, doesn't it? When you're mindful and focused on yourself, you become less reactive to external circumstances. You develop an inner strength that allows you to weather challenges without being completely derailed by them. You learn to observe your emotions without being consumed by them, understanding that they are temporary states, not definitions of who you are. This emotional intelligence is a direct result of focusing inward.
So, to recap, focusing only on yourself isn't about isolation or selfishness. It's about self-awareness, self-compassion, and self-mastery. It's about recognizing your unique path, setting your own goals, protecting your energy, and building inner strength. It's about quieting the external noise and listening to your own authentic voice. And for language learners, this means embracing your personal journey, celebrating your individual progress, and learning in a way that truly resonates with you, free from the burden of comparison.
It's a journey, not a destination. There will be days when external pressures creep in, or when comparison tries to steal your joy. But the consistent practice of returning your focus inward, reminding yourself of your own worth and your own path, is where true peace and profound growth lie.
Thank you for joining us on this journey of self-discovery through English. We hope this episode inspires you to turn your focus inward and embrace your unique potential.
That's it for today's episode of English Podcast Loop, Season 1, Speak Easy English, Episode 4.
If you want to review anything we said today, remember, you can find the full script for this episode on our Telegram channel. The link is in the description.
And if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more episodes that help you speak easy and live a more mindful life.
We'll see you next time. And don't forget, focus only on yourself.